I'm doing today's nails with the Amazon acrylic kit I recently showed you, and these are the colors I'll be using. And of course I have on my fave, clear 3XL tapered tips from Amazon. And just some quick clips of clear. I cut these segments short due to the length of the video, but I do want to explain that the clear was primarily laid for the red to prevent staining of my natural nails. And though you won't see it, I did take the clear down to full length. You really want to do that for strength, especially for a length this long, and it can also be during capping. I'm so happy to have been able to get some editing done and post for you, especially this one because it's from that acrylic kit, and there are some things to point out about the acrylic now that I've used it. And since there wasn't a real acrylic brush in the kit, I'm using a size 12 brush. It's by an unfamiliar company because the name did rub off from it. This is the brush I've been taking to school. So this is the clear. The ring and middle fingers will stay clear for some reflective glitter polish. And I don't want the same thing to happen like the last set. Remember how my natural nail showed through the jelly polish? So I used nude and ombre at the nail area, and I'm not sure if I showed doing both. Now this is the part I wanted you to see, and I'll let you watch for a few moments. So remember when I first started those swatches in the haul video and how the acrylic laid thinned out at first? I explained at that time that was me. And I mentioned before that I usually start with wet beads with a first time acrylic, then work from there. But if you noticed, I did do what looked like a drier bead. But as I began to manipulate it, it began to soften and loosen quite a bit. It was polymerizing on a much slower side that I really had to adjust from my habits when laying acrylic. And it didn't get to a setting point that I'm accustomed to, almost down to the end of the nail. So this is the reason I recommend it would be good for beginners, as I feel the longer setting time here would likely be a great match for all the thought processes a learner would have while thinking all their steps through, if that makes sense. An experienced nail tech or enthusiast will find that they're wiping away more product than laying it, as you probably see it coming off in the brush. Now that was a firmer bead, but it still wasn't set to what I'm used to. And you know something, you'll experience these things. You'll just have to make adjustments too and get it to work. Now, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the greatest, because there are many talented and skilled people in the industry, and we just all love what we do. In fact, there are areas I'd like to strengthen as well. So I had to make adjustments due to the slower set time, and it was better, more consistent as I laid the red. And let me say this too, it's not always that an acrylic is bad. So many different acrylics are for different things. A good example would be like speed acrylics and monomers. Look, sometimes I forget how pretty a long red nail can be, right? And the thumb is always it for me. but I feel like I had it by now. So yeah, the pinky and thumb were capped with clear, and the nude was translucent and the clear was clear, so they stayed as is. And I definitely didn't include filing and shaping today. So this is how they turned out. I feel like I got it as consistent as I could. This reflective glitter is by Supui. From the first haul I did with the students, watch how it looks. I cured it for 60 seconds. Now, even though I felt like the nails looked good, I did do base coat for the pinky, index, and thumb, and I cured it for 30 seconds. Then glossy no wipe top coat for the glitter nails, and I cured that for 60 seconds. And I did matte finish for the red nails and index, and this matte is by Not Polish, and it was cured for 60 seconds. Now I did say I could work on some things, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I had a request for 3D nail art tutorial, and this request came from the Nail Genie here on YouTube. Jeannie is such a sweetheart, and she's also a licensed nail tech and shares so much helpful information if you're starting out and learning. But one thing about Jeannie, girl, I don't know what made you think I know what I'm doing when it comes to the 3D. But this is for you and anyone else who is on their journey to doing 3D art. So I'll say, let's grow in this together as I work towards better skills myself. I do have a disclaimer though. Y'all already see how this acrylic is. It is slow setting, but I will use this acrylic today. One helpful tip that has always been good is to start out with a little acetone in your monomer, so that'll speed up the set time for the 3D nail art. Otherwise, you'll find your art oozing and becoming liquefied into a clump, which happened at one point for me because I chose not to use the acetone. So when I got back to the box to do this video, I noticed the lid said Professional Nail Art Kit, so I decided to use it as is for that reason. Now when doing 3D flowers, you know the skinny pointed brushes that came with this kit, that's what those are designed for. And because of the point, you only need to pick up a small or a tiny bead. Once the bead is laid, leave it and let it polymerize a little. And real quick, in between here, I don't know why I took this moment to do it. I could have waited until after, but nonetheless, I used Macart Gem Glue to place this cute 3D red heart and cured it for 60 seconds. So right, press the bead in the direction you want it to form, and you'll see this better as I get to the index. I can't even lie, this was difficult with this slow setting acrylic because it was still wet and it was picking back up with the brush when I was trying to create the shape. And here's something else I did in the meantime. I placed random gems, and the reflective glitter with these gems, oh my gosh, you can't see it. You can't see it. So here, from another angle, here's the bead. Then I use the flat side to press. I continue to press around the inside of the shape that I started until a petal is formed. Hopefully you could see that. And then what I'm doing on the outside with the tip of the brush is creating some lift in the petal to give it that 3D look. And you know something, I don't even know if what I'm explaining is making sense, but there'll be another tutorial. Then about this acrylic again, since it was slow setting, which you really have to wait much time between doing each petal to ensure that they're dry, this was still wet, even though it didn't appear to be, and it ended up drying into a little bit of a glob. But I still ended up loving the finished set. In fact, before it was said and done, I did go back to the ring finger and fill in those 2 petals at the top because I just felt like they didn't look finished enough for me. And you'll see the 2 different reviews, the first one and then the second one with those petals filled in. One of the things that I did do as I formed the petals going down the nail, they started looking like heart-shaped petals, didn't they? So I just ran with that. Then I started a swirl of mixed stones, but the camera did cut off at this point. But this is how it came out. I love it. If you like it, hit the like button for me. And here's the original haul video of this acrylic kit. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate whenever you spend your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Much love.